Top 10 Korean movies of all time. Highly reviewed, adored, and celebrated. Also highlighting the very best of Korean filmmaking with unforgettable main leads, writing, cinematography, and even Oscar nominations. The Korean film industry really sets the bar high for an impeccable quality of storytelling and visual content. These top 10 film recommendations are a must-watch for any movie buffs who may love all the careful attention to details. Stick around and see if your favorite is on this list. Number 10, House of Hummingbird. This coming-of-age slice-of-life and family-themed film also touched in on the social issues of the 90s. Our female lead is a 14-year-old, the youngest of 3 children. Her parents are occupied with their rice cake shop and have little to no time for guiding or parenting her. Her older sister is a bit of a delinquent. Her brother might be smart and clever. He also has some anger management problems. Our young female lead will soon find herself also occupied with her best friend and her boyfriend. She'll find herself immersed, not just by the pressure of youth, but also the changing world that coincided with some pivotal events, like the collapse of Sangsi Bridge and the passing of a North Korean leader. The film entertains in the way of a social commentary, with a nostalgic touch that takes viewers back to the 90s. Park Ji-hoo, Kim Se-byuk, and Jung Eun-gi star in House of Hummingbird. Number 9, Decision to Leave. Tang Wei and Park Hae-il star as the main leads in this film, also known as Decision to Break Up. Our male lead is a courteous detective with good manners who will find himself investigating a case at a mountain. This is where he'll meet our female lead, who recently lost her husband as he had passed away, but the causes were determined unnatural, so our female lead is on the suspect list. However, there's something about her that also draws in our male lead. The noir-style filming had strong elements of thriller, mystery, and romance all throughout, while also giving our leads a bit of a language barrier, which might complicate things. The stylized filming had incredible directing by legendary director Park Chan-wook. He visually delivered vivid cinematic captures, which added to the intense atmosphere and moments between our leads. This film released in 2022, and definitely worth adding to your watch list. Number 8, Past Lives. This film, which released in 2023, brought viewers a romantic drama about childhood friends who were sadly separated when our female lead's family emigrates from South Korea. After 2 decades, they will cross paths, and the stars align for them for 1 week, where they have the opportunity of time gone by to finally catch up while on the subject of love and destiny, and albeit the possibility of a love triangle. The touching film stars Yoo Tae-oh as our male lead, Greta Lee as our female lead, and in a supporting role, we have John Magaro. The precious vibe in this film is of fate and romance. Through well-scripted interactions and performances by our leading characters, Past Lives is a love story you don't want to miss. Number 7, I Saw the Devil. Famous A-lister Lee Byung-hun will star as our male lead, a skilled secret agent who finds his beloved fiancé in a gruesome state by the hands of a serial killer. Taking on the pursuit of tracking down this dangerous psychopath himself, this villain will be played by the exceptionally talented Choi Min-sik, whose performance gave viewers chills, as his character seems to elude the police at every turn, leaving only death and destruction behind. With revenge and seeking justice in mind, our male lead might have to compromise his own ethics to catch this killer. I Saw the Devil is a mystery, psychological noir film, which released in August of 2010. The film drew in a large number of viewers, and it continues to receive high praise for its superb revenge storytelling with unforgettable characters. Number 6, Peppermint Candy. This movie is set in 1999, and not just brings the nostalgia to our screens, but a group of middle-aged working-class friends who are reuniting for their 20th year reunion of a factory worker association. The drama film will have some elements of the Gwonju Uprising, and will focus on our troubled male lead, who makes a difficult choice while attending the party gathering. After it's well underway, our male lead stands in the path of an oncoming train. It's then the story directs us to the events leading up to that moment in our main character's life, and how overwhelmed he was by various circumstances he could not escape. Sol Kyung-gu, Moon Se-ri, and Kim Yo-jin are just some of the main cast in this film, which released 24 years ago in the year 2000. Number 5, My Sassy Girl. This 2001 movie has all the nostalgic vibes of the time period, bringing moviegoers a worthwhile rom-com that stars Cha Tae-hyun and Jun Ji-hyun. The relatable characters gave us a slightly misdirected male lead who is actually a nice guy. but he's someone who's more interested in drinking with his friends and picking up girls. But a fateful train ride will introduce him to our drunken female lead, who causes a mishap on the train, and he'll soon find himself in an unexpected relationship with an unforgettable and incredibly sassy girl who will change his world. These two definitely attract one another. The romance starts slow but soon simmers with chemistry as they encounter each other more often. Set against a university background, My Sassy Girl is a beloved rom-com movie worth adding to your watch list. Number 4. The Wailing. This 2016 thriller flick, which sported supernatural vibes throughout, stars Kwak Do-won, Hwang Jun-min, and Kunimura Jun, centered in a village where a string of violent deaths have occurred. This once peaceful town has turned into a string of disturbing events as the police try to uncover if poisonous mushrooms are to blame. A Japanese man becomes the focal point, as he appeared to be at the scene of every crime under investigation, while our male lead, a police officer whose own daughter begins to show symptoms similar to the others just before their death, will have him on edge to solve the cases quickly. This dark fiction thriller drew in viewers because of its tragic mystery of what happened to these villagers. With a foreigner prime suspect on his radar, our male lead will set out to a remote mountain location to try and track him down as an exorcism of his daughter commences. With thrills, action, and a finely woven story will await you in The Wailing. Number 3. Memories of Murder. Song Kang-ho and Kim Sung-kyung star in this 1986 set thriller and mystery film based on some of the chilling true events of the Hwasong serial murders. Fans of the true crime genre will find this dark-themed film simply brilliant and gripping, and even shocking for many reasons, including staying uncomfortably close to bringing attention to the actual cases of those true events. The story will have us following inexperienced detectives who will later be led by a detective from Seoul who comes to the countryside. It's then quickly deduced that a serial killer is unaliving women, while following our leading characters who try to close in on the killer. This film that released in 2003 will have you on the edge of your seat and keep you guessing. Even 20+ years after it first aired, the story had a strong focus on the pursuit of the assailant. There's also a look into police brutality and an abuse of power while the investigation was underway. Add Memories of a Murder to your watch list. Number 2. Train to Busan. Prior to the world's pandemic outbreak of 2020, this 2016 action thriller took us along for the train ride of a lifetime, all the way to Busan, where leading stars Gong Yoo, Jung Yoo-mi, Ma Dong-seok, and Kim Soo-nan, just to name a few, took on the main roles as a group of passengers on a train under the onset of a deadly and infectious disease which rapidly spreads out, resulting in an epidemic of zombies. This genre was highly successful for shows like The Walking Dead, and the US film World War Z now has a South Korean take on the zombie horror genre, and it certainly delivered fans a quality and action-packed sequence of events. With many notable and standout characters, our male lead is a workaholic. Estranged from his young daughter, they'll find themselves fighting for their lives alongside new acquaintances. Humanity is tested, and the cruel nature of some is revealed, where for others, noble sacrifices are strongly admired. Number 1. Old Boy. We've mentioned this epic 2003 film on the channel before. Even our guest speaker, actor Andrew Bishop, highly recommended this noir film as a must-watch on his top 5. The movie comes highly rated and recommended among viewers, who found this action, psychological, and mystery thriller exceptionally well done. From scripting to the talented cast, this movie was inspired from the manga series written by Tsuchiya Garon. Our male lead has been imprisoned for 15 years within a cell that closely resembles a hotel room. Without even knowing why he's been held captive, he's eventually released, but finds himself fully immersed in a thick plot of violence and conspiracy. While seeking out his own vengeance, he falls for our beautiful female lead, a chef known as Mido. With a powerful cinematic styling, the film also delivers one of the most intriguing and choreographed fight scenes ever in Korean film history, and stars Chae Min-sik, Yoo Ji-tae, and Kang Hae-jung. And that wraps our list. How many films on this list have you watched? And which ones do you plan to watch next? Let us know down below.